So I am absolutely the kind of person who would take 15 minutes trying to decide what ice cream flavor I want. It's called a paradox of choice, and it is an increasing problem for a lot of people living in the modern world. And it happens when neither of the choices are either good or bad, and you neither love or hate either of them. So your compass for making decisions just gets all screwed up. And when I look back at that time, well, actually I still do that, it was like a disease. I was plagued by the little decisions that I had to make, and I didn't realize how much energy it was taking out of my life until I read this article by James Clear on decision fatigue. He talks about this research by the National Academy of Sciences, where they study 1,100 judicial hearings over a 10-month period. So these were all parole board judges who basically had to decide if the criminal had to stay in jail or if they could be released on parole. And what they realized is that it wasn't actually the context or the particulars of the crime that had the biggest impact on their decisions, but it was actually the time of day. So at the beginning of the day, the percentage of a favorable ruling would be up about 65%. And near the end of the day, it would drop down to 0. And this happened all across the board. And so after reading this article, I decided to do a bit of an extreme experiment. And I basically decided I'm gonna stop making any small decisions. So if I went to a restaurant, I would just ask the staff for recommendations. And if I got ice cream, I would just tell my friend to get me whatever she's having. And then the second thing I started doing is for any big decisions in my life, I gave myself a time limit to make those decisions because I felt like, yeah, it's actually a huge waste of my time and a waste of my energy to keep thinking about the same problem over and over again. So I actually did this for 6 months. I ate whatever someone else ordered for me for 6 months. But what I realized is that I actually felt a visible, like a weight lifted off of me, and I just had more energy to make other decisions in my life. So basically willpower is it's like a muscle. If you keep using it throughout the day, it's gonna get tired and it's gonna fade away throughout the day. So here's some slightly more practical ways you can reduce decision fatigue and increase willpower. So the first one, take a couple of minutes the night before to make all the small decisions. So plan out what you're gonna wear, plan out what you're gonna eat for breakfast. This way, you're not wasting your precious willpower on those little decisions. And number 2, do the most important things first. Studies have shown over and over and over again that your mind is more focused and clear in the morning. So, whether it's like learning a new language or writing a new book, try to do that right in the morning. And number 3, schedule your tasks. If you're, let's say, trying to lose weight, schedule the workouts right in your calendar. If you trust yourself to make that decision after a long day of work, you are mistaken, my friends. Your willpower is gonna run out and it's gonna be harder and harder for you to make those hard decisions. I schedule my writing right in the morning from 6 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. I actually started doing this not long ago and I love it because I know that once I get back from work, I'm tired, all I'm gonna wanna do is just chill on the couch. And so yeah, having that right in my schedule, it's a great way to keep consistent. And then number 4 is eat, work out, and recharge. So the study that I was talking about before showed that the judges' favorable rulings spiked up right after they had their lunch breaks. Obviously if you're eating pizza or junk food and you get into a food coma after, that's not really gonna work out. So try to eat healthy foods, and also sneaking in a little bit of exercise during the day can also be a really great way to recharge. For me, I bike to work or I speed walk to work, and that actually helps me get really energized for work in the morning. And if you want to try going the extreme route that I did and try cutting out all the small decisions in your life, I would try it. You'd be surprised at how many of them really doesn't make a difference.